All right, man. Taylor, you want to lower the volume just a little bit? Tad bit. Ryan.
What's good?
What's up, man? How we doing?
I'm doing amazing. It's a beautiful day. We're in a beautiful building for the first time.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on downstairs?
I don't know, bro. The one thing, I wonder is if all the staff went downstairs, it's like a staff party.
Yeah.
And then they come back up and they're
I think there's some talk going on. They got food and refreshments after, but I don't think they're going to come up here, luckily.
Yeah,
there's always events going on down there. Pretty much every other week there's something going on there, so. It's crazy, man.
I know, I wonder how many of these people, only do research. I know,
in this building?
Yeah, because U of M has, almost half its faculty or something, only do research, they don't even teach.
I'm pretty sure everyone in this building just primarily research. Right, they're at least researchers plus teaching, if anything, but, if you walk around after this, I can give you a tour, but there's just research labs
You,
everywhere.
know this place like the back of your hand.
Bro, I've come here so many times.
That's so funny.
Angela put me on this.
How many have you filmed here?
How many have I filmed here? The first one I filmed here was number 78, and you're 84. So.
Oh, you're dude. What'd you used to do?
So there was a room up in Mojo, right next to my house, my dorm. Literally 2 doors down, there was a lounge area, which I liked because it was so convenient to just move everything there. It's so much work bringing all these suitcases out here. But the thing is, the room looks so ass. The walls were yellow in color, and I had Angelo telling me over and over again, find a new studio. And he actually put me on this place because we came here to study once, and we came here, hung out, and we thought it was a really cool area to study. And I'm like, why don't I come and film here too?
How'd you guys figure out the way? It's the most goofy way to get in. So you go around back, and there's a door. If you pull hard enough, you get in. I don't know. How'd you guys figure that out?
It's a good question. I wasn't the one to figure it out.
Oh, okay.
But you're gonna have to ask Angelo on that. But you have to remind me later. I'll ask Angelo because, dude, I don't even know how you'd find this, man. It's so close to where we live. We live 2 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
But it's such an obscure way of getting in and getting to this floor, and no students ever come here. So whoever figured this place out, man, it's crazy.
It's smart. Yeah.
Smart ass.
It's so nice. For a room like this. Because, I know, there's, study rooms in the bottom of Cousins, but they're,
I like this.
Awful. Yeah.
It's a private area we got. One person finds out about it every week on the podcast, but, it's all right. We don't want to overwhelm it.
Michigan flag, this is all good. I feel like you're going to, number 200, you're going to be, cooking. You'll have your own, yeah. You'll have, built your own
I got to say, the room here, looks probably more sick than it ever has. Now we got Teo with us too, and we have the mics, the music, the cameras. A lot of the stuff you see now is only recently been added. For 80 episodes, I've been struggling, man. I didn't get mics till episode 12, and we had to use a camera. I had phones on tripods. I didn't even have tripods at first. We had a stack of books. That's how we held up our first camera. And I had a phone on a stack of books, and we took the audio from the phone.
So bad.
Bro, now we got actual cameras, mics. The mics are the best upgrade because
these are so. I know. I was thinking about getting a mic for my computer, and I told my dad I was like, oh, should I get a Blue Yeti? Because I just looked up. He was like, you never would need anything that nice. And it's don't most YouTubers or podcasters use stuff kind of like this?
Yeah, the Blue Yeti is very popular on YouTube. I think the professional podcasters, there's a different one they use that's $300, and I was looking into that, but
golly,
12 episodes in, I wasn't sure if I'm ready to spend that much money on this. So
I feel like it's. How long did it take you to learn how to actually podcast?
Trial and error, bro.
Okay, because you guys set up a million things today. I don't know how you figure that out by yourself.
Yeah, it seems now I would admit it seems like this whole operation everything's planned, the documents planned, this is planned, that's planned. It's all set up like this, but it's really just trial and error. It's really just a million mistakes I made that taught me all these things, because I've made a million mistakes. I literally have. This took us 84 episodes to figure out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, dude, this is 100 different audio mistakes. I can't tell you the number of times I've had the wrong mic selected on Audacity. It's happened 3 or 4 times. It ruins the whole podcast.
Oh, for the whole podcast,
yeah.
You can't hear
so it's literally pick up audio from the MacBook, and usually the MacBook's under the table.
That's actually bad.
It's just all these mistakes. I make a list of I remember so many times I get pissed off and just make a list of okay, these are all things that have already happened. How can I prevent this from ever happening again? And Slowly with time. People give me ideas. Like literally, this poster you see behind you with all these amazing guests that have been on. I got this idea from a friend on episode 70. He was like, "Yo, why don't you just like throw a poster at the back that people could sign?" I'm like, "Let's do it." I ordered it. 2 episodes later, we got this poster.
Nice. So like, I was like, I wonder if on the back there's gonna be like a million names. But is this like the second one? Because the first one filled up so much.
It's the first one, because I just started it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we started doing it on episode 70.
Uh-huh.
So the first one you'll see is 72. That's like the first one we ever did it on with Quinn, and since then we've been doing this one. So, and we'll just keep doing it until it fills up, and then probably get a new one. But
would I know any of these people?
Let's see.
I don't think
You probably have seen Quinn around the dining hall a lot.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the guys number 81 on the left. Those guys were all in the morning gym this morning, so you probably walked past them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I saw you like. You were deadlift. I think I only saw you deadlifting. Like it looked like you went in and deadlifted and left.
This morning?
Yeah.
I didn't deadlift this morning. That was yesterday.
Okay, that was definitely just tripping.
Bro, you're tripping. Yeah, I had squats and bench today.
Squats and bench.
Yeah. What'd you hit? Chest? I saw you in the pec
I was
deck.
so tired.
Oh, you
What
did
I
weird
even
notes.
hit?
You did
I did
weird-
my
yeah,
like.
back. You did back.
I did my like Frankenstein bicep tricep back day.
Frankenstein what?
It's like I just threw like the most random like exercises together and it's like I guess this like is sufficient.
Okay, what were those
'Cause, like,
exercises, man?
I do like lat, because honestly I'm not strong enough to like get a good workout just doing straight like pull-ups without like kipping or anything. So I just do like assisted pull-ups
yeah,
and
like
then
the machine in the
dips.
corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then like
Yeah, you gotta turn on just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. You gotta turn on just a tad bit. Appreciate it. It'll be a little bit loud for the mics. Yeah, so assisted dips and pull-ups.
assisted well, I can do. I'm like dips are one of my better things. Like I feel like I'm almost to the point where I think I'll like add weight. Because I can do almost like 20.
On dips?
Yeah, like
Dude,
25.
weighted dips are the most fun exercise. Like what? I said that for every exercise. Fuck. I think it's like a top 3 or 5, top 3 exercise ever. Weighted dips.
Weighted dips?
They're
Okay,
fun.
because I always like it looks so uncomfortable because they like waddle around with those like weighted like things like hanging from there.
Oh yeah, but they're fun. Like
Yeah.
you feel jacked when you
You
wearing
feel
it,
jacked?
You know?
Yeah. I always like it.
Did you throw it on today?
No. Well, I'm just like I always like just hitting dips because I feel like it's one of my better ones, and like working out your triceps like makes your arm look big and stuff.
Definitely.
And then I do like I like sit on there have been times I've just been on that machine for like half an hour straight, like doing 15 sets on it.
It's fun, dude.
But then I do for biceps. I remember we had this debate with John. Like, do I do the ones where you like?
Oh my god, yeah. How long did we spend like arguing about that?
Which side were you on?
I was on John was trying to say they only work your biceps. Chin-ups only work your bicep, which is just not true.
I think you guys are arguing like different things. I think he thought you were saying they didn't hit your biceps at all, and then I think you thought he was saying it only hits.
No,
your
he knew what I was
biceps.
saying. I said it hits your biceps and your back, and he knew that.
Oh yeah.
He's saying
You guys are opping. You guys are like all like nice when you came, and then like I think you asked him like, "Hey, you want to go to the gym afterwards?" He was like, "No." It's funny.
Bro, but he was like 70-80% biceps, which is just not true.
Really?
It's just not
Should I switch? What should I do?
No, do them. But it was like a technical argument about like how much of your back does it hit. I think it hits your back a lot. So
More? I feel like I always fail because of my biceps, low key.
it hits you both. I'm not saying one or the other.
Yeah.
It hits both, you know?
We just like start the debate. all over again.
Bro, we're just debating for the next hour about biceps.
Wait, Jamie, pull that up. I'm joking.
Yeah, take a pull up.
Because you did that. You like started whipping out the phone. I was like,
Yeah, I searched it up online and it said that it hits both your biceps and your back, which it obviously makes sense. You can search it up if you want. but yeah.
I feel like I don't know. Maybe that shouldn't be my only one.
For biceps?
Yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't be really biceps. I mean, like, it depends what your
already
goals
small
are.
enough.
You know, you could get away with it.
Yeah. I want to be like, I just want to be relatively muscular and like relatively athletic.
Relatively.
I don't have high goals here.
It's all right. I mean, a lot of people just go to the gym just to be fit and just to do
Yeah.
it for the sake of it. And it's fine. I mean, some people care about it more than others, and some people have other things they care about totally, like math.
Yeah. I go to the gym
You
for
find
math.
anything?
I'm like max out.
I think Taylor, you can unlock. Yeah, go ahead. What'd you find, bro?
So, apparently, let me pull it up real quick.
Bro, struggling. It's day one, guys. Day one.
So, apparently, this exercise works.
You can't see it, bro.
There we go.
All right.
Works about 70 to 80% of your lats.
Your chin-ups?
Percentage.
No,
yeah.
we're talking about chin-ups, bro.
Yeah, underhand.
No,
lat
he's
pull-downs.
got the right thing.
Oh, you're talking about lat pull downs?
Yeah. that's
I'm
what
talking about this, and no, but that's what the fella's doing.
Yeah, it's the.
Okay.
It's
I thought we were
called the
talking about-
underhand lat pull downs. The same thing.
Me and
as
John
the
were
chin
arguing
up.
about chin-ups.
That's the same thing. An underhand lat pull down's this, and a chin up is
I
this.
guess so.
Honestly, chin up would hit even less because you also got your core involved. So.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Biceps only 20 to 30%. So.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's why you can't trust AI. No, I'm joking. That's probably right.
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, I would say like if you just want to be relatively like muscular, for me like I remember, I mean most of my last couple years lifting, I've just been trial and error as well. And I remember one day I probably saw some TikTok sophomore year, and I put some like program together. I like changed my program a little bit. I was like I want to do more like strength and body weight stuff, strength stuff, and more hypertrophy stuff. So I built my own program like push pull legs, and then I showed it to the coach that was there in the gym with us. And he saw I had listed like all the different curl exercises. I had chin-ups, but I also had like these curls and like lying curls, and I had like a bunch of curls. And he's like, curls are not gonna give you big biceps. He said, just do chin-ups. He probably didn't say like that.
Yes.
I don't think he said that.
What he's talking about.
I might be exaggerating, but that's how I interpreted it. Like, he was like, you don't have to do all these curls to get big biceps. Just doing them over and over again not gonna do anything. And in my head, I internalized it as, okay, so like let's just not do curls anymore. Let's just do chin-ups and stuff. And my biceps have been my smallest muscle for the last 4 years. I don't think it's just because of that, but it's also because of genetics. But I barely did curls the last couple of years. It's funny because like I feel like that's most people's. They're most excited to do curls. Like you go to the gym, like yeah, I'm doing curls. Like it's fun.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. You get like the quickest pump for
Yeah.
sure. I don't know. I was such an ego lifter though, so I would like have like I'm gonna get. I have like 45s on each side, and I'm like.
Yeah, I can't.
But I would
curl
just
that
go
much.
like put my elbows back and just be go like this.
It's kind of fun sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun ego lift.
Yeah.
But those preacher curls are just absolutely scary.
I love preacher curls.
Bro, I just like I'm just gonna hit one and it's gonna.
On preachers.
I'm just gonna be. Yeah, like my biceps just gonna like pop.
It's a little bit scary sometimes, but I go like down enough, but like I won't go like full extension. I'll go like right here. You know, because I don't want to go all the way down and all my elbows get fucked. But I feel pretty strong on preachers, and I think the way you position yourself on the thing, it makes your biceps look huge. So
that's true. I've seen those people, yeah, because it like presses at your arm a little bit. Yeah.
It makes you look jacked. So I mean, yeah, when I realized my biceps were my smallest muscle, probably last summer, I'm like, okay, I probably got to do something about this. And it's probably because maybe I got to do like curls and stuff. And I started doing them and they grew. And now I think they're probably still my smallest muscle, but they're relatively fine. But yeah, I'd recommend throwing some curls.
Okay, I probably should. What should I replace? I hit triceps like so much.
Yeah.
But like I do like both dips and like the tricep extension machine.
Oh, I never use that machine.
It's like it's low key a core exercise. This is bad. Don't take this. Like this is
Neuroscience advice.
No, it's like I don't know. It works my abs like literally my abs go to failure before my triceps.
Honestly, I relate. I feel the same way.
Because you have to like kind of make sure you're not just going like this, and like so you have to like lock.
That's
in.
a difficult machine to get right, to perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way about like seated leg curls.
Seated leg
I feel like my
curls.
core is always very active.
Oh, really?
Lying leg curls feels perfect for me. Just the stretch of it and
that's probably true. I just feel a little weird when I'm like using that machine.
What's for you?
Well, no, it's just like I'm lying. Something like about lying on my face and like in public. It's like a little
lying
scary.
on your face in public.
Yeah. Like what if someone
Smacks you in
scary
the
like
back?
no yeah not even like just taps me on the back and I'm not ready.
Who the fuck is gonna tap you on the back?
Dude, I don't know.
That's alright. We all got our fears. That's fine. I got plenty of fears too. But yeah, I try to do the seated one. I feel it on my core a lot. I feel my calves a lot, and I just can never make it feel right. My calves cramp up, and it's just I've tried so many times.
I've never hit calves in my life. I don't think I just have like my dad has like the classic like dad calves, you know. So he, like I think I inherited it a little bit.
Yeah. So they're good or bad?
I don't know. They look fine. Like my legs aren't big enough for it to look weird.
I was actually talking about this with my friend last night about like calves. Like people find it so difficult to grow their calves, right? Either some people have big calves, some people have small calves, and apparently what he was saying is that there are like 3 different muscle fibers in all your muscles. I don't remember the names of each one, like type A, type B1, type B2, something like that, right? And apparently they're the type 1 fiber. I'm probably mixed up all the names here, but the first fiber type grows through extensive usage of it, right? More like aerobic kind of thing where you're doing it over and over again. Like your calves, for example, that target that fiber a lot because you're walking all day. You're basically using that
makes
part of your
sense.
muscle nonstop all day. So your calves are already like being used a lot on a day-to-day basis because you're using them so much. Same with your forearms because you're always like eating food, picking stuff up. Your forearms are always working at a low weight but like super high volume because you're using them all day.
Yeah.
So the first fiber in like your calves, for example, are targeted a lot. The second fiber is through your typical hypertrophy training, so being in about 5 to 15 rep range. You build a lot of muscle from. That's why when we hit our typical sets of 10 to 12, we hit that fiber a lot and we grow it. And the third fiber is actually through strength training, through 1 to 5. So all these fibers contribute to the muscle size. But since our calves are walking all day and we're using it all day, when we do a couple sets of calves, it's almost like it feels like it's not doing anything because your calves are used to been walking all day. So you have to like train them a lot more often to actually grow them.
Oh, okay.
But then people like honestly like I feel like I've trained them so much and they barely.
Yeah. Isn't it like about your insertions too? Like where like if you have a low or a high.
How does that
like
work?
Calf insertion. That's me.
Teach me.
Like I don't know. I think like a high calf insertion like makes your calves look bigger. And like if you have a low calf insertion, I know like one like. I thought it was like one makes you your calves look smaller, but it's better for like athletics. That's why like basketball players have like tiny baby calves.
They do?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Pull it up. No, I'm trying.
But like, yeah, that's interesting to think about. Is that true? Like, actually, can you search that up? Do basketball players?
Look up like basketball players like
calves. Let's compare the sizes.
I swear.
Because like track runners have huge calves.
Okay. Yeah, they probably.
Are you sure? Because they're jumping all the time. I feel like basketball players. I feel like they're using calves a lot.
But like,
wait, how does it? What is
marathon runners use their legs all the time, but their legs aren't huge. You know?
Yeah, that's true. I guess like sprinters, it's like having bigger calves. Because like you're probably better at accelerating, so it's like selective bias kind of thing.
Because like to jump high, you don't really use if you're using your calves a lot, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, you played tennis in high school, right?
Yeah.
Is that all you played, or did you play anything else?
I played soccer, like, but not really. Like I was kind of like, soccer was like a hobby. Mm-hmm. I guess all of it was a hobby, but like it felt like it's definitely more of a hobby than tennis. Yeah. I would like play defense, but it wouldn't be like, I would just play defense and like just use like old guy tricks, honestly, to like make my way. But I was never like good with the ball. Yeah. I just like sometimes could pass well.
I was pretty bad at soccer too. I played like early on and when I was really young, and then I was just ass. And then I played in middle school again. I was pretty bad, and I played freshman year. Soccer's always I struggled with.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like you'd be fine at soccer, honestly.
You find those calves? Pull it up. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My hand-eye coordination's not great. That's why lifting, powerlifting, wrestling is more fun.
We're just looking at other dudes' calves.
Basketball player calves.
What? Okay, these are all like 7-footers though.
Can you just search up like, do basketball players have smaller calves, like relatively? Like, is there a study comparing calves?
Oh, that's awful. Bro, it's like all like the worst injuries ever.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I'm pretty sure their small calves allow them to be more springy, like jump higher, run faster.
Go to all real quick. Calf size varies from person to person. It's influenced by genetics and body types, and not all basketball players have small calves. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we have a definitive answer here. Oh.
Nah.
Further reviews needed.
Further reviews needed.
Go to Reddit. It's better than the AI answer.
Yeah. Further reviews needed. Let's go to Reddit.
Okay, yeah, go to Reddit. NBA players have small calves because they're 6'8".
Bird legs.
They got little bird legs. Yeah, and they're so long.
So is it just saying that their calves are relatively smaller because their legs are so big that it's almost like a comparative effect? I don't think their legs look smaller in these photos. For all these people spending all their time analyzing.
That's like us right now. We're gonna like be posting this forum.
Whoa, what is this? The vertical jump Bible? The vertical jump Bible free PDF?
Bro.
Can you search that up? What is that, bro?
That's a crazy transition.
The vertical jump Bible. There's a whole book about this, man.
There's a whole Bible about it.
Bro, what is this?
2.0.
Check it out. Click the first PDF. Bro,
I think it's just how to jump higher.
Dude, it's 148 pages long.
Increase my vertical jump by 19.
Dude, that's a lot. Dude, I had a friend in high school who could jump really high. If you want to fly, you've got 3 options: buy a plane ticket, sprout feathers and wings, improve your vertical jump. Which one are we going with?
Dang, bro. It's like
Vertical jump.
All right, teach me, man.
What the flip?
Is there like a table of contents?
Is there so much yap?
Yeah, this is
There's 148 pages,
yeah,
bro.
This is insane.
I don't think so.
All right, I'm on the meantime like try to we'll keep talking, see if you can find some like really good insights in there because I kind of want to get my vertical.
Keep up with the research. So
yeah. Anyways, how's your vertical jump? You ever test it?
Oh, I was okay. I don't know if I ever tested it, but
Is it harder for tall people or there's no correlation?
I don't think there's correlation. I think it's like I had a friend who could jump really high, but I think the best I ever did was I dunked like a football on a 10-foot rim.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
That's okay, but like I don't think I could do that right now, even though my legs are way stronger.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like a lot about form.
Yeah.
Like I had a friend who was like he did a gymnast like growing up. He was a gymnastics, yeah, and like he could just jump so high.
Dude, those gymnastics are crazy.
I wish I feel like there's so many things looking back. Like I wish my mom and dad like signed me up for. Like I wish I had like parents who'd be like, not really, but like I wish they'd be like, you're gonna do math like since you're 2 years old, you know, and like you'd just be like cracked at it.
Yeah, that's interesting to think about.
Like you could be podcasting when you're like 2 years old. Like here's how you set up a mic.
Yeah.
know.
And what did your childhood look like? Like what did you spend most of your time doing as a child?
I don't even remember. Probably like goofing off mostly. I think.
See,
I don't think
don't tilt it up. It might make it weird. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
No, I don't. I think I would have these things like I would go through like phases. Like I would just be like super obsessed with one thing and then like totally move on.
What were some of those things?
I'm trying to think of interesting ones. I was really into Rubik's Cubes for a long time. I was such a big cuber. Freshman year.
That's cool, dude.
It was fun. Me and my friend were like super into it. We were gonna go to a competition. I guess this was a little before freshman year, but like we were gonna go to competition and like COVID hit, like got shut down like the day before. It was so sad. But like I remember like memorizing like a bunch of algorithms to solve it. I think it's like a math major. Like I think most math majors have like a Rubik's Cube phase. You know.
So how many seconds could you solve it in?
I could solve it probably consistently under a minute, but that's not even that good. Like my friend has like a P8 personal best like 20 seconds.
Wow. I never get that. Like what? How can your mind conceptualize all those different turns in that
It's
time?
like you
Or
just
know
do
the
it
formula.
so much. Yeah, it's like you just use slight intuition for like the first half, and then you just memorize formulas. That's kind of what turned me away. Like at a certain point, you need to memorize so much stuff.
So is it that okay? We have this Rubik's Cube that's jumbled up. There's a simple formula I can follow where if it just this motion, this over and over again, it gets me there, or like. Are they like looking at the current situation, these where we're at, and then like making a decision now do this. Are they like constantly deciding each move how to get?
It's like usually you go like. So there's like how you solve a Rubik's Cube usually is you like build a cross, which sounds kind of weird, and then like or you build your first 2 layers is the first step. Like you build like instead of sides, like it's not like I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like you do 2 layers of it, and then there's like a top layer that's still like scrambled up, and then you do algorithms at that point.
Okay,
so it's like
when you get these 2 sides, are they opposite to each other?
it's like 2 layers. So like
what does that mean?
I wish
What
I
do you
had
mean
one
by
with me. Yo, look up F2L.
What's it? Wait, it's layers.
Yeah, look up F2L Rubik's Cube.
Can you try to explain me what those layers mean while he's pulling it up?
So like, I have it's 3 by 3 by 3, right?
Yeah.
So imagine if I
yeah.
slice it in thirds, like looking this way.
Yes.
Like get like layers of 9 little cubes each. Like I'm just mean those kind of layers.
Okay.
We're just like putting him to work today.
Yeah, Teo got us.
He's doing Rubik's Cube research and
Calf research.
Calf
Bro, we got all
research,
the
bro.
educational podcasts here.
They usually solve that, and then you do like 2 algorithms.
Okay. I think you found something.
You found something? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Explain to
you
me what's
see,
going
like-
on here.
Like the
Can you zoom in
layers.
a little bit?
like you see, I'm gonna get out the seat and.
They won't be able to hear you though. Okay, he's pointing at the U2.
So you
Okay.
see these 2 layers.
Okay, I see these 2 layers.
Orange.
Yeah.
Usually
Okay.
this whole top, like yellow, will be all over the place, and like it'll still be scrambled up.
If you talk louder, they'll be able to hear you. So you can stand up there and talk loud if you want.
Alright, I can just explain.
Okay. You can move the mouse around for you if you want. All right, tell me what's going on.
So
I see
that's
that
like all the different. That's like the notation for the moves.
Okay, so these are all different game scenarios,
And
and you're trying to base on each scenario into.
Well, that's just like the notation, and like, really, what you like your algorithms are like put in that notation, like RUFLBD and stuff. Like, I can't describe it, but like that, like you memorize those formulas, and that's how you like move the cube.
Okay,
you know?
could you describe me, like, give me an example? Okay, let's say R. What does R mean? Is
R
it
means
algorithm to
like if I
formula?
have R means like I move the right side like up 90 degrees.
Okay, so it's a movement. It's a movement.
Yeah, they're all
All right,
movements.
so
I
the R
guess.
prime is.
Yeah, this is like bad because like it doesn't have arrows,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you're
right.
moving.
What is R prime? Is the opposite direction?
R prime is the opposite, right?
Okay,
Like
R
moving
squared
90
is what, twice?
Yeah, you just do it twice, and then like
R over RW.
that's fine. That's usually means like you turn 2 layers.
Okay, so basically these are all different movements.
Yes, but like, the thing I don't like about Rubik's Cubes is a lot of time, like it being smart's really important for the first 2, like the first part, but like it's just about memorizing algorithms after.
So at some point, it's not really testing your
like,
intelligence
you
or
could-
ability to solve a puzzle.
If Albert Einstein wasn't like actually taught how to solve a Rubik's Cube, you'd never solve a Rubik's Cube. It's impossible.
You think so?
No chance.
So do you think people come up with like solutions on their own, or pretty much like everyone knows the algorithm, so they just like search it up and they just do it?
Yeah, like everyone just searches that. Like honestly, I think it was like the guy who made it. It legitimately took him like a couple months.
Lifetime's
to solve.
work.
Yeah, and he was like a genius.
Who is that guy? Do you know him?
Or no, Rubik or something.
Search up this guy. What's his name? Rubik.
Or no, Rubik. And he
Wait,
was like,
his name's Rubik.
yeah, that's
that's
why it's
sick.
called Rubik's Cube.
Rubik. Yeah, Rubik's Cube inventor.
Or no, Rubik.
Is this guy Italian? Oh,
No, he's from Hungary.
Oh,
Yeah, and he like,
Budapest.
I think he got like, he's like sat in his room for like a month trying to solve it.
Wow.
Cause it's like, the way you solve it, like you wouldn't even think. Like if you try to solve it side at a time, it doesn't work at
That's
all.
insane, dude.
And it's kind of like still open. Like there aren't even algorithms that can like efficiently solve it. You know,
Gotcha.
they can like solve it. They know like however much I mess up the cube, I think they know that I can solve it under 20 moves.
Mhm.
But they don't know, like they couldn't just tell you the quickest formula.
So are
for
you saying
sure.
that any Rubik's Cube that's jumbled up can be solved in 20 moves?
Yeah.
Wow. That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like you would never figure them out because they like it would literally just be like probably the first 16 moves are just like looks like I'm just moving random stuff into random places.
Yeah,
you know.
you're probably doing R squared or R over RW. Or
Yeah. Like I'm just like mixing up a mixed up cube, and then like the last 4 moves it would start to look like.
something.
Then the last move, then it would look like a cube.
Wow, dude. It's kind of cool though. I mean, just thinking about. I mean, obviously, as a game anymore, it's kind of ruined the game. But just thinking about how they develop an algorithm from it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that. I'm like, I feel like I know some like theoretical math, not even, but like anything like in the computer science realm is crazy to me.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because you talk about how you wish your parents put you in more things, right? Like
Yeah, it's a joke, but yeah.
It's a joke, fair, but it's something. I think jokes also kind of reflect an inner want or desire. It's something that we kind of think about from time to time. Like it's something
Yeah.
I think even I've thought about that from time to time. Like I look at when I used to wrestle, I looked at some of the other guys who were wrestling and saw that they were wrestling since they were like 3 or 5 years old. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, if I was wrestling at 5 years old, I'd be cracked, you know.
Uh-huh.
And the thing is that it's very rare for your genuine interests to be connected with what your parents push on you.
That's
It's very
actually
rare.
really true,
It's
yeah.
extremely rare. I mean, look at the anomalies because the anomalies get good, right? The
Yeah.
people who have a genuine interest in what they do, plus something their parents push on them, shoot up and become the stars. We look at them and say, why can't it be like them? But they're just a subset of the population. There's like 8 billion people in this world. How many people got to be like that, you know?
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of luck involved in it, but I think the benefit of not having your parents push you into something, I'm not saying that I'm advising parents to do this. I think you should push things on your kids so they can kind of watch them and see how they respond to things and you can help them, guide them in the
Yeah.
right direction. But I think there's something so special about childlike curiosity. And I think we all have childlike curiosity, even now.
Yeah.
And there's something that we're attracted to. Because I asked you, like, okay, what did you spend your time doing back in the day? Like, the first thing you thought of was Rubik's Cubes. It kind of just, like, made sense to you at the time. There was some fascination in it. And slowly, over time, they build it up. And then you kind of defining your own path now. You know what you want to do. And you could kind of wish that, you know, someone told you to do math at 4 years old or whatever. But you would have never discovered that passion if your own curiosity didn't lead you there, you know?
That's true, yeah. I like that. Yeah, it's mostly a joke. It's just funny when I see, like, there's a guy who's like probably 15 in my math class. Like, this is bad.
There were some crazy kids in my old school. Crazy kids. We had a lot of international kids come, and some of them had finished Calc BC coming into high school. So we had freshmen in multivariable calculus.
That's funny.
They're crazy, man.
So yeah, that would be like this kid. I'm just impressed. Like, if I was that good at math, like, he is, like, genuine, like, he's just a nice guy. He has, like, social skills. Like, he's just, like, a normal guy. I didn't even think he was, like, a sophomore in high school.
Really? He seemed like a chiller?
He's so tall. Like, he's probably, like, an inch shorter than me.
So he didn't seem awkward at all?
No, he was chill. Like, he was just, I mean, it's not like, we were just both kind of nerding out about math. So it was, like, it was chill. Maybe that's, like, kind of his comfort zone, but maybe. I was just impressed. I think there's, like, everyone talks about, like, when you go to Michigan, like, you get humbled, like, a little bit. Because you think, like I thought I was, so, like, super good at math coming out of high school. And then you'll, like, meet someone who's better at math than you, which is kind of funny.
A lot of people here. There's always someone better than you now, unfortunately.
But
I mean, what other phases do you go through as a child? Like, did you ever get into chess or anything?
Chess? That was, like, when I was a junior in high school. I was never... Chess is just beyond me. I think you need to invest a lot of time in chess to make it fun. I like chess because I feel like I'm not good at it, but, like, when I play against other people that's not good, like, it's just like a battle of the minds, you know? Because, like, if you both don't know, like, opening plays or, like, traps or anything, like, you're just, like, trying to outsmart each other. It's just kind of fun.
It's fun to play with someone who doesn't know what they're doing because I low-key don't know what I'm doing half the time. And it's like, if I'm playing against someone who's done it before, like, he does his opening move and stuff, he's already fucked me over. It's not even fun anymore, you know?
Yeah, I know, because, like, they'll just, like, know exactly what to do to get in the right position. And it's like, that's not even fun. I just play, like, I like playing against, like, my dad. My dad's, like, probably the smartest person I know. But it's not like he ever, like, tried to play chess or anything. He just, like, he just does it, and he's, like, good at it because he's just smart. Yeah.
Yeah. In what ways is he smart?
He just, like, I think he just understands stuff, like, just a little bit deeper level. And, like, I think things just click. I think things click for him just a little bit earlier. That's funny. I've never thought about how he's super smart. Like, he'll just explain something to me, and then, like, he'll give me just, like, the most efficient explanation. Like, I'll think about it and think about it and think about it. I was like, okay, that's the perfect amount of explanation, like, the least possible amount of explanation that would, like, make sense.
Yeah.
But it was enough, you know?
So there's, like, an intuitive sense he has.
So, like, I think he just, like, doesn't need stuff explained to him as much.
Wow. Yeah.
But I think there's all different stuff for telling that. I have no idea who has even talked. I was talking to one, like, I was in a math club interview, and they were, like, kind of talking about, like, what are your strengths in math? And I thought, like, one of mine is kind of the opposite. Like, I kind of try to slow things down a little bit. Like, I feel, like, good at coming up with, like, are you feeling, like, with, like, proofs and, like, counterexamples? Because, like, usually, like, when I'm proving something, like, maybe, like, a for all or something. Like, if I want to prove, like, this always implies that. Like, this always leads to that. Like, if I find one example of, like, that, like, isn't from... I just explained that.
How would you give me, like, a very simple example, like, trying to prove that, I don't know, 1 is greater than 0 or whatever.
So if I made a statement, like, all numbers are even, that's pretty wrong, right?
I think it's pretty wrong. Can I pull that up? Is it wrong?
Like, if I made a statement like that, it's obviously wrong. But the way I'd prove it's wrong is I would give an example of a number that isn't even, right? Like 3.
There you go.
Right. So it's like a counterexample. But, like, when it's like, it's not like usually I feel a little like I can do a little more than like finding an odd number, but like, yeah, it's kind of like that. So I feel like that's my strength. Maybe I hear that from my mom or something. But
So slowing it down and thinking about it in different ways.
Shaurya, what's your academic strength? Because you're in Michigan.
Academic strength or just overall strength? Or
just academic. Like if I'm in a class, like if I'm in a group setting, you know, and I'm working on a group project with my team, like what's the thing you're the best at?
I think I'm good at like figuring things out.
Just figuring things out? Like you're just the guy who like solves problems?
I'd say so. I mean, I feel like I'm a fast learner.
Okay. Nice.
I feel like if I will like procrastinate on something, like I won't pay attention to class, I'll like push it off, but then when time comes around, like I'll figure it out.
Okay.
You know?
So you just like lock in?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I can like pick up abstract things that typically don't make sense at surface level because we haven't developed the but I can kind of pretend I know it until I actually know it.
Oh,
I'll
okay. I know what you mean.
I know it, and then like keep until it just makes sense. Like I'll like force myself to make it make sense, and then it just makes sense. I think that's why I've been better at like things like physics.
Okay.
It's a lot of that forcing yourself to pretend.
That's
how I got through E&M.
Physics is just like I just hear numbers now, and I'm like, I've become that type of person who says like I'm not a math person, because like I just hear like someone like adding decimals or something, and I'm just like, oh, that's such gross, like awful math.
Yeah.
And, like physics is like the pinnacle of that. Do you think like when you take physics classes, is it like intuitive for you, or do you feel like you're memorizing stuff?
It's more intuitive.
It's intuitive.
That's why I struggle more with E&M, because it's hard to make it intuitive.
Yeah.
Just memorizing that this is what electricity is and all that, then it makes sense. Trying to understand how this actually works and how people figure this out is crazy to me. And I still think to a level I don't get E&M. I think there's more memorization in that, but I've kind of forced it to make intuitive sense. I've kind of accepted that, okay, let's pretend this is not real life, and let's pretend this is some kind of other universe, and then it all made sense.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is how things work in this universe.
I think I understand what you mean.
It's a little more, yeah.
That's cool. I think physics people are a different breed. No, like, I feel like I have trouble like visualizing like F equals MA. Like I feel like how would I ever like visualize that? Like even just the most simple example.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just a like math guy. I need everything to like be boiled.
I mean, that makes sense to me. I guess it's hard to visualize it, but if I just think, I could like think of examples.
You just think about how like if I hit something. Yeah, I mean it makes sense. Like as I move stuff around, you know, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
But like for me, it's like why isn't it like? I'd probably be like such a nerd. I'd be like, why is it m squared a, or like why isn't it root ma, or like something like that.
I mean, I guess just through experimentation, like force is something we define. Like force doesn't.
Force is literally defined as math.
Like, we just kind of made it up. You know.
That's true. Oh, I love that. That's like what we do in math. You know, we just make stuff up. Yeah. Except the stuff we make up isn't useful. But okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, we kind of make stuff up to make life simpler, and then it helps us to make explanations about things.
Maybe what scared me is like when I was in 8th grade, I was in like the science Olympiad. Is that like a thing? Like that's a thing you would.
Yeah,
like,
we have like science bowls, science Olympiads, a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Cause and I did like thermodynamics, and it was with like probably the smartest. You do like partners. It was probably like with the smartest kid at our school who like really loved physics, and he like it was just this like thermodynamics. I didn't learn anything, and it just looked like really like gross just numbers to me. But I wasn't really into math back then, so I don't know. It's just maybe that scared me away. I should take. One of the guys at my church is like a physics PhD, so maybe I should ask him.
Yeah, they definitely think in a different way. I think it's cool how people think in different ways.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like people just like who go through life, like me, you, Teo, all of us experience this world differently, and we kind of just like we face with a problem, we think through it differently.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of cool?
I think I mean that makes things a lot more interesting. I think the benefit. Yeah, I guess the benefit of physics is like. There's like it's kind of hands-on, you know. Like I think math stops being like hands-on when you get to like multiplication, you know.
There's so many assumptions in math. Like okay, if we know this thing, then we can do that thing. And then at some point, it's like this makes no sense. I made a new language.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
I mean, I feel like I'm gonna like know the whole Greek alphabet in this course, honestly. But
You know, this is kind of along similar lines, but not really. I was going to bed last night, and I went to bed like probably 45 minutes earlier than normal, so it took me a little bit longer to fall asleep. And I'm kind of rolling around, and what I ended up thinking about was the only reason each of us are different as people. Like, look at all of us in this whole world. There's so many of us. And sure, there's genetic differences we all have and life experience differences we all have, but the reason we're all fundamentally different in terms of what we do with our time in life is because of decisions we make. That's the only thing that we have power over. And that literally I am me and you're you, because throughout the day we just have a million different decisions and we just make a decision.
yeah.
You know, like I can make a decision today to go rush a frat, and then that's my entire life.
Yeah.
And then we all have like just millions of decisions we make every day. From the moment you wake up, like, am I getting up? Am I going to turn off this alarm and getting out of bed? Like, we have a million decisions we make, and it molds us individually into different people who think differently, who act differently, who do different things. And it's crazy to me to think about that.
That's kind of scary, a little bit. I'm glad I don't think about that, but no, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess like there's sometimes you look back, it's like, wow, if I didn't do that really like weirdly specific thing, like my life would be totally different.
What was that for you?
I don't even know. Probably like choose to go to math club when I was like in 4th grade. I probably would not be a math major. I'd probably do like aerospace or something,
really?
like just like my dad did.
So
yeah.
tell me about that. So you were in 4th grade. You made this decision to go to the club, or what?
Well, I was really good friends with my my friend. I was so lucky. My friend's mom has a PhD in math, like pure mathematics. So she loves math. She loves teaching math. I sent her one of the problems on my homework the other day. Not for like the answer, but just because I thought she'd want to see it. But like we'd have she would like make little groups, and it would be like we'd learn something ahead. It was like advanced math, but I don't know if you had to be exceptionally smart to like do it, and you just tried it out. I remember like we started learning algebra. I don't know when this was, maybe 4th or 5th grade. Like we just learned like some of the basics of algebra, and like I remember it was just kind of cool. Like we were like messing around with like chess pieces and stuff, and like looking back, it's like I would not be into math at all if it wasn't for like doing stuff like that.
What do you like about the club?
It was just fun. It was mostly fun because I would hang out with my friends. But it also be because like I think in the normal math class they would just have us like fill out worksheets, and like they would just like have us do like a bunch of addition, multiplication type problems, and like that was kind of boring. So like messing around with chess pieces out in the hallway, you felt a little special because there was only like 4 or 5 people, and like I got to hang out with my best friend, so it was like really nice.
There are so many moments like that, though, that just change your whole trajectory. Like, I've thought about so many different, like, small moments. Not even the moment of, like, joining chess club. But let's just say, like, your friend happened to not be in the club.
Yeah.
Then, like, you would have never thought about joining the math club, for example. Like, I feel like a lot of who I am, I developed it through wrestling, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I think if I didn't wrestle, I'd be a totally different person.
What do you think changed?
Through wrestling?
Do you think? Yeah.
I feel like I developed confidence.
Yeah.
I developed self-love. I developed social skills. I feel like I became an actual person through wrestling. And without that, I'd be some kind of quiet, long hair, glasses freak who like never talked to anybody.
Ah, okay. I like that. That's
but
like
the thing is, the crazy thing to me is like not the fact that, okay, what if I never wrestled? That's not the question I ask myself. The question I ask myself is like, 2 of my friends at the time just happened to mention, yo, we're looking for a 106 pounder when we're just hanging out. And I'm like, yo, I'm below 106. Like, oh, you want to come try it out? And I said, no, let's do it. And then I did it, and I liked it the first try. But imagine those 2 friends never had that conversation when I wasn't there, and I never would have thought about it. Like those small moments, small tiny moments, blip of time, maybe like 5-10 minutes, which are so irrelevant in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
That change the entire trajectory of who you become. Like, who would I be without it? I don't know who I'd be.
You'd probably be someone different. I don't know if maybe you'd be like even cooler. I don't know.
Maybe.
But that's cool. I like that.
It is scary to think about, though.
Yeah. It's like every decision has a bunch of weight, but yeah. I think maybe joining the tennis team was like that for me. I remember like it was like, because in high school, like tennis was totally my life. Looking back, it's kind of regret it, but like I would just play tennis like 2-3 times as much as I ever like practiced doing math or anything. I was such a slacker in high school. And yeah, that's like, I remember the first tennis practice I went to was literally snowing outside, and like our coach like made us just stand in line. It was like early March, but it felt like February. It was that cold.
Chelsea, Michigan. Oh, I met someone from Chelsea yesterday. We'll save it for later.
Okay.
Finish your story.
Okay, I actually really want to hear that.
You don't know. I don't think. He's a senior. Keep going.
I probably know him. Chelsea High School's tiny.
You go to Chelsea High School.
What's that?
You didn't go to Chelsea Public High School.
Okay, I definitely don't. But anyways, no, it was like, I remember I was so mad my mom signed me up. And then I just kept going. And I was legitimately like the worst person on the team. Like, it was bad. I had was just so weak I couldn't hit the ball over the even just the net. And I had this goofy paddle or racket, and it took me 4 years to even just be decent at tennis.
Wow. It's a long time.
Yeah, but it was it just totally became my life.
Did it feel forced the whole time?
No. I after a while, after it sounds bad. After a year, I liked it.
Nice.
And I had so much energy all the time. I would just I needed something to get my energy out. So I would my mom would just ship me off to tennis, and I would have fun because all my friends were there, And then I started taking it seriously, and and then it became totally all of high school for me. How into wrestling were you? How much of a time commitment is wrestling?
It's a decent amount. I wouldn't say I was the best wrestler, but I definitely enjoyed it a lot. So I was serious about it, but I wasn't seriously good about it. So
yeah.
In season it'd be a lot. It would be, after school ended at 4, we'd have practice till 6:30. So, so that evening block is gone, and then we had tournaments pretty much every week.
Okay.
So we traveled with the team. The practices were very tiring though, so it was pretty intensive. And then
that's
in the
scary.
Off-season, it was
good old wrestling practice.
I loved it, dude.
Bro.
Wrestling practice was the best feeling.
Dude, soccer practice is tough for me, so I don't even want to know.
But yeah, then off season it was pretty chill. In the spring, I'd go to club, so that was twice a week. I'd drive down.
Club wrestling.
Yeah. Honestly, those are some of the best memories I had. Me and my friend, we'd drive down for 50-minute drive, playing some music on the speakers, go down to this club. The club practices were hard, I'll admit.
Yeah.
The rooms, they kept it 90, 95 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's funny.
And they would just kill you, bro. It would just...
Uh-huh.
It felt like you're in a pack of wolves in a trap house, and it's crowded and claustrophobic, and you're just going and going and going and sweaty, and the coach looks at you and says, "Hey, you petty." We went to petty, which is a small high school. We go wrestle with the big dogs at the club, and he's "Oh yeah, I see you petty folks out. You better work if you want to be here."
Dang.
Because he knew us, he would recognize our faces and he'd make us work, and he would come. The national champion wrestler who I had on the podcast too, who led the club there, he would come and start wrestling me.
Dang.
And
how was that?
That, I gotta make sure I'm pushing it, and if he wasn't, he'd just shit on you so hard unless if you're not pushing yourself, and he gets so mad at you. But
is wrestling a thing? Could it just end? Could I just end? Because I know there's stuff it's not you end by submission, that would be bad. But can it just end early, or is it you have a set amount of time?
Yeah. So ending early is called a pin. So it's kind of like a submission, except it's when both of your shoulder blades touch the mat. Ooh. So you never want to be lying back on the mat, right? So you want to be, if you're on the bottom position, you want to be on your stomach. That's the position. If they're able to turn your body to get you turning backwards so both your shoulder blades touch the mat, then they slap the mat, it's pinned. So you want to avoid that at all costs. And being pinned is probably, at the highest level and even at any level, is one of the most embarrassing things, and you never want that to happen to you. You don't want someone to be able to turn you and put you on your back. So when you're on bottom, you're always starting to stay on your stomach and trying to be in good position. But that is the only way the match ends early. If not, it's the first period is 2 minutes. At collegiate level, is the first period is 3 minutes, then 2 minutes and 2 minutes. And if you're tied, it's overtime, and you can get points throughout.
So it's super short, but it's obviously intense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that's
short
cool.
but intense, so it feels long.
Does that make it more nerve-wracking to do it? Because I got tennis, I got 2 hours, to lock in.
Yeah, definitely. I feel for tennis or lacrosse or any sport that's long and you have a team around you, kind of ease into it and you get in the zone and you're just kind of hanging out. But I feel like track is probably the most intensive sport mentally because it's such a short burst. Yeah. When you're in the heats, right? When you're in the heats, lining up. It's like you got to make sure as soon as the whistle goes, you're going, because a split second off,
Yeah.
you're fucked, right? So it's such a short burst. When it's such a short burst, it's that much more nerve wracking. And I think in the same way, like wrestling is similar, where it is like a build up that you're thinking about that one match the whole time. So I would say that's probably more stressful than other sports, but I think any short burst sport, where like a track sprint or something.
Yeah.
But I feel like every sport's stressful going in. Like I felt pretty stressed going to cross country because I think your brain tries to make sure that nothing goes wrong. And
you ran cross country?
I did for sophomore year, just one season.
Nice.
But it sucked. That was worse than wrestling for me.
I hate cross country.
No, trust me, sucks.
But like, yeah, tennis is just nerve wracking sometimes. Like, cause I could like eat well the night, sleep well the night before, have all the energy in the world, like be like perfectly ready for the match, and just play awful. You know, it's like golf in that way. So that's more the nervous part. Like, am I just gonna play terrible today for no reason? Yeah. But like, I think that when you're in the match, the scary thing is like, it's not like basketball or football where like there's gonna, like if you're really up, there's like a point in the game where you can just kind of ease off, you know, and just like let it like play out. Like you need to win the last point in the last game in tennis, or else
tennis matches are short relatively, right? Like it's not like basketball where you have the 40-point lead. Like, okay, that one match is over. Okay, the next match starts at 0-0 right again.
Yeah.
You got 6 matches or something to win.
No, it's like tennis is kind of short. It's like maybe 2.5 hours average for like pro, and then like honestly for high school it's usually like hour and a half average, because like I don't know, most high school matches probably end like 1-1, like 6-1, 6-1, or like most high school matches are not close at all. I know, like for me, like I would either win 6-0, 6-0, or it would be like a slugfest and it lasts forever.
Oh wow! And if it's like tie, you just keep going.
Yeah. Tennis matches have no like obligation to end, you know.
Yeah, that's funny.
But I like learning about like stuff like wrestling too.
It's cool how there's so many different kind of sports.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Wrestling makes you an athlete though.
Definitely.
Like wrestlers are just different. Like wrestling, you're gonna get strong for sure, but you also get good cardio too.
Yeah, you definitely.
And you get really good balance.
Yeah, it makes you a good overall athlete, I guess.
I
mean, it's the only sport like I felt comfortable in, because I guess I sucked at most sports I ever played. That was always like the worst one, you know. Like we played pickup basketball with friends. I was always the last pick.
Yeah.
I just feel like my hand-eye coordination always lacked, and there's something that I was never able to get good at sports, at least early on. Obviously, if I tried to, was consistent with it and trained hard, like anyone could get good at anything. But at the default baseline level, I wasn't. And I don't know, wrestling has kind of made sense, and I just decided to do it. And I mean, I didn't have enough time to develop into a great wrestler, but I did progress every year, and it was fun. And I think it definitely made me a better person and athlete. But I feel like in general, sports in general do that to somebody. Like I feel like if you don't play sports, it's hard to develop properly as a kid, in my opinion. Yeah. I feel like kids who don't grow up playing sports don't develop properly, in my opinion.
There's just like a good healthy amount of competition. That's probably what I would say. But I think I want to get back to playing a sport. Like even if it's just stupid rec tennis or like rec some other thing. Like I want to get back to playing a sport. Once I got to start making time in my schedule to like play something. Yeah. I know like flag football sounds so cool to me.
My friends were talking about at lunch that they're going to I think they're starting like soon. I think the sign-ups are just open, so.
Oh really?
For flag football at least, so.
That's so fun. I wish not this semester, unfortunately. Not this semester. Oh. But no, it sounds fun. Like football is just something else. Like I feel like I don't know, it's just it takes like a different type of athlete, and it's so fun to play, honestly. Especially if someone's way better at football than you, it's not fun to guard them. It's not fun to play against. But if they're like similar to you, it's just so fun because you're just like running out there and like I don't know.
It's a tough sport. So many head injuries.
Yeah, no, I would like that's why I would play like flag and stuff or two-hand touch.
No, it's a great sport. It's fun to watch, and everyone in America loves football.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But I definitely think sports are so important for children, and I feel like when I never played sports growing up that much, and I feel like it wasn't until I started playing that I felt like I feel like it teaches you so many things about not only how to be comfortable in your own body, but how to face adversity, how to learn from mistakes and challenges, how to improve, how to progress at something, how to interact with different people, how to work with a team, how to deal with a coach, but also people below you. And there's so many dynamics that teach you so much about real life society. And I really wish more kids can get out there and play sports and just like, I want my kids to play sports. I'm not gonna. I don't want to be the parent that forces my kid to do anything, but I want to be the parent that puts them in everything. My sons and daughters, and let's see where they smile and have the most fun, and like keep doing more of that. But just put that all out there to see where that is. But
I feel like everyone's got like a little bit of sport. Like no matter what the sport is, like I don't think I would ever be a wrestler, but you know, I think there's a sport. I feel like for everyone, there's like so many now. Like I know a lot of people. There's like stereotypes of people who play each sport, but I feel like, you know, there's not a sport anyone couldn't play.
I agree.
When
you talk about wanting to play sport again, what do you miss most about playing sports?
Honestly, like kind of the cardio or like a little bit of the competitive, because like I don't want to think like I'm overly competitive, but I do like compete, just getting out there and like just competing a little bit, you know, not making it my life, but just like it's like the fun of winning. And like if I lose, I don't know, I feel like I have a good losing mindset too. So like getting out there and competing, and a lot of it's also cardio. I don't do a lot of cardio anymore. I don't really even think I'm that out of shape because I walk like so much. Like I walk everywhere. So I feel like I'm in fine shape, but no, I think the cardio, like getting out there and then like, especially like after soccer games and stuff, you just feel like so tired, but it's like the good kind of tired.
Yeah. When you said you have a good losing mindset, what did you mean?
Like I just don't get upset if I lose, honestly. Maybe that's bad. Maybe I should get more upset so I like win more. But
it's interesting to think about.
I just don't. Tennis kind of taught me not to get upset when I lose, and especially not to get upset while I'm losing. That's like you're done. I've seen so many. Tennis, you see a lot of crashing and burning, because like there's a lot of people who like get mad when they play worse, and then getting mad will always make you play worse in tennis. Then that'll make them play. It's like the worst like cycle ever, and yeah. So I think it taught me to not do that, and then afterwards like kind of just be okay with losing a little bit. Maybe that's not like the Mamba mentality I need or something. Like I'm okay, you know, I'm okay if I lose one, you know, here and there.
Do you feel like you carry that mindset with you through all aspects of life, where things in general don't bother you that much, or is it just losing? Like, do you feel like people go through all these different emotional cycles every day? I'm sure you do as well, but do you feel like in general most things don't upset you or don't upset you for long?
I don't really get upset anymore. I used to get really anxious. I mean, a lot of this is like religious stuff for me. Like my faith definitely takes the anxiety away, like at all, like for everything. So I don't see with my faith, like I just don't see a reason to get upset over like how I do this day or that day, you know. I think there's a lot bigger things going on out here, is maybe the most simple way I could put it. So it's like there's no point to get upset over like someone cut me off on the highway, or like I spilled my water all over myself, or like I lost a tennis match. Like I think my faith kind of makes it so I don't get mad over stupid stuff like that.
Yeah. That's interesting. I feel like those small things don't bother me too much, as in someone cut me off in traffic, I kind of laugh it off. I spill water on myself, I kind of laugh it off.
Yeah.
Like, those are like funny moments because they're stupid. But I feel like I will get upset over things bigger life things I have control over.
Yeah.
And I don't mind it too much because
you think it's helpful?
I think it is helpful to a degree where you can like, it drives you to make change. I guess like, I mean, I'm sure, you say that most things don't affect you, but to a degree there's something slightly there, because that's, otherwise you have no incentive to do anything, right? So
yeah,
it's just like the degree to which it's there. And I feel like it feels like it's a good balance for me, where it doesn't like consume my life, but it's enough for me to take action when I need to take action when I'm upset and like things I've done or I could do better. But it's not to such an extreme level where I'm always critical and stuff.
Yeah.
And I definitely don't let those small things bother me, because at that point, you know, you're just always in a bad mood. But you know, it's about that balance, I think.
I think that's true. I mean, I think you sounds like you have a really good balance. I used to have too much of a balance the other way. Like I would just get so anxious about like little things, but I'd also get so anxious about big things, honestly. Like, I think about, like, what I was like a junior in high school. I was like, what am I going to do with my life? Like, and stuff like that, you know. I think, the faith helps me a lot more with those big ones, because I would worry, you know, like, there's a good, like you said, there's good, like, you know, I'm a little annoyed about this. I mean, it prompts me to walk a little in the right direction. I still feel that way, like, a little bit. But I would just go way too much and just start worrying about that.
Yeah.
And that existential worry, the faith helps with that.
That's
like
good.
a ton.
It's good to have that faith. I mean, I think a lot of my friends who are in faith and religion, they all just seem happier. They're like the happier people because
it's true. I think
it gives you like the sense of clarity and simplicity. So.
Yeah, I think I like the clarity. Yeah, that's definitely true for me. I think there's so many people. I think faith is so cool because I meet so many people who, like, I think the world would say, like, you have all the reason to hate your life. Like, they have so much things going against them. They have, like, they're just going through the worst of the worst, and then they're just, like, the happiest people you know. They're, like, they have faith, you know, in something bigger. I think that's one of the beauties of faith for me. Yeah. That's one of the things that helped me a lot.
It's a beautiful thing, for sure. Along similar lines, I remember I was sitting in the doctor's office today, and it's a little bit off topic, but it's a cool thing we can get into.
Yeah.
For some reason, in the moment, it just felt like everything has consciousness around us. I just kind of thought about it. I feel like that camera has consciousness.
Dang, what do you mean? I need to hear more about this.
And to be honest, like if I said this any other time, if I heard anyone else saying this at any other time, I'd say they're stupid.
I know you're sober. It's okay.
Because I think what I was thinking about in the doctor's office, I was just kind of staring at the wall, and I kind of looked at my own body, and it's cool because, like, my whole body is like an entity.
Expand.
There's so many things going on in my body. I have all these cells in my brain and my heart pumping, and it's like they're all doing their own tasks, you know, like,
yeah, that's kind of cool.
The red blood cells are going through my blood, and, like, the muscles over here, and it's so crazy how it all works in unison, yet none of it has consciousness, you know. It's somehow just through evolution, just through how it's just doing what it's supposed to do. And what it produces is this entity of the body. And somehow, like, I have the consciousness, you know, like, somehow this body has the consciousness.
Yeah.
When in reality, there's all these little things happening everywhere, like this chest muscle here, and those blood cells there, and those proteins there attacking that virus there. Like, there's a million things happening in my body, the microbiome, bacteria, having a field day. There's a million things happening, yet as a whole entity, somehow the entity produces consciousness, you know? And I kind of thought about humans in the same way, because anyone looking from a macro level at human society, it's almost like we're all these individual parts, yet we all come together and we produce
and do like
this
crazy
entity,
stuff.
You know? Like, if someone was watching Earth at like 100x speed, like you kind of do on YouTube, like you go to
yeah.
Let's say I was looking at Earth at 100x speed, they'd see like all this like different stuff happening, lights turning on, lights turning off, like people coming together, building giant bridges, and the Roman Empire rising and falling, and people going to war. It's like, it almost like the Earth almost seemed like the human body to me, where okay, the red blood cells are over there, they're fighting off that virus here, this heart is doing this, evolution is creating this part of my hand, the shade of the color there. It's almost like we're all individual humans, and we kind of justify our life and call ourselves conscious because we can experience the world, and we're all doing what our genes program us to do, yet together we kind of created this whole society, the entity, right? And I kind of associated the entity as the human body because it's like they're very similar. And somehow, when they all come together, the thing at the surface level has consciousness, you know, when it all comes together. Yeah. And it's almost like, okay, then does that mean that the society has consciousness? Like, what does that mean? Could it have consciousness? Could Earth have consciousness? When I really thought about it, it's like, we would say like the protein in my body that it almost acts like an animal or something, right? Because it goes like what is like each protein has their own job in society, you know, like okay, I'm the membrane protein, I'm gonna help let people in, let people out, or I'm the protein that goes and attacks the virus there. Yet it doesn't have consciousness. It's just doing it for what? And kind of like the same thing with us. We're just kind of doing things, but for what? We're just doing it because we have primal instincts and genetics that are. Why do we go build the bridges? Because, I don't know, we have all these like gene programming, survival, reproduce, et cetera, that drive us to do literally every single thing we do in our life. Yeah, we still have consciousness, even though we're just kind of programmed. And I don't know, maybe the protein has consciousness too. Maybe the Earth has consciousness. Maybe the sun has consciousness. Maybe the camera has consciousness. And I mean, if you think about it, the animals, we think that most people think that animals have consciousness. Do you agree that animals have consciousness? or no?
I think so. I think it's like animals have consciousness, but I don't know if they're the same level of like free will as I do.
That makes sense. You know, maybe the human reasoning is stronger. Maybe human logic is stronger, and because of that, we have the free will to make decisions and change our life. But the animal is probably still existing and experiencing things.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
The reason I think that we think animals have consciousness is because they're very similar to us. Okay, it has a nose, I have a nose. It has an eye, I have an eye. It has a mouth, I have a mouth. Okay, we keep looking at the way we act, and we can relate ourselves very similar to animals, so we feel comfortable saying animals have consciousness. But the next level of that is a plant, and I feel like a lot of people would not say that plants have consciousness, because all of a sudden it's not very human-like at all. You know, it doesn't have a face, it doesn't have a brain, it doesn't have a lot of things. So
I think it does have a brain. It's probably the most signifying part of that, the most important part.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I think consciousness is probably the most deep thing to think about. Cause like I don't have any explanation of like why I can see you right now, or like why any of this like looks the way it does. But that's definitely like I think that's an interesting way to think about it. I like what makes something conscious. I don't know.
This could be conscious.
Dang, it doesn't seem conscious to me.
I guess so.
That's true.
I think we have a very humanistic view of consciousness.
Yeah, that's probably true. Like if you went up to me and like, if I like if you wanted me to spike that wall on the ground, like I'd probably be okay with it. But if you had like a mouse and you like slapped it on the ground, like I'd be a little, that would make me upset. So I would maybe say that would be what would have consciousness. Yeah. But dang, we really did go deep. We went from like, what in the world did we start with?
Tennis.
Hey, we started with tennis, and then we got to like, does my wallet have consciousness? That's funny. Hey, wait. I saw you open that earlier. Does that mean I don't get to open it myself?
Do you know how to open it?
Wait, let me try
right now.
I don't know.
All right.
I probably have to go in about. I probably have to go about 10 minutes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we can get closing out soon. This wallet has never been opened before, but Ryan knows the secret password to open it, so no wallet challenge today. I'll have you open it just for fun.
I'll open it under the table.
Don't show the cards to people, but you can open it wherever. And new record?
It's still annoying to get out even with that. Yeah, it's out.
All right, good job, man. I believe you.
Dang.
The record doesn't count. He knows how to open it.
Do people actually have trouble opening it?
I mean, someone took like a minute 30 trying to figure it out.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like a thing where like people like spend like 10 minutes on it.
I still couldn't figure it out for weeks.
Uh-huh.
And I kept fucking around with him, saying that to open it, you have to open this thing right here. He goes, zoo, pop, pops out.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, whoa, how do you do that? I mean, he didn't
just
believe
shake it really hard.
He didn't believe that what I did was true, but he would always, but then I give back to me like, I know there's something in here, and for weeks he couldn't figure it out until I told him.
That's funny. Because like, even with that, because I remember like when I figured it out, like it's still hard to pull it out. I was like, did I actually figure it out or no?
Yeah, it's weird.
But that's a cool challenge. I feel like you're gonna get like a bunch of those like cool challenges for guests who come on.
They do get a lot of views.
Or you'll get like a harder wallet to open, and then you're like,
yeah, I can break the wallet even more to the point where like you can't even open it anymore. Get the cards out until I can't even get the cards out. Then I'm fucked. But
legitimately, how do you remember to bring a wallet places?
What do you mean?
Like, how do you just always have it in your pocket?
I feel like I always have the same things on me. Like whenever every like few minutes, I'll always check like phone, wallet, water bottle, headphones, check, whatever set.
Like if you walked out of your, like if you just start walking, like if you walk 10 feet out of your like dorm, would you notice, like would it feel weird?
I feel like I'm subconsciously always tapping my pockets.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh wait, we got it, we're good, we're straight.
Yeah.
So that's always been useful, but
okay, that makes sense. Cause like,
do you forget it a lot?
Legitimately, no. Like I have to. Like I just have a phone wallet.
Oh,
that's
okay.
Like the only way I could ever remember stuff.
Well,
like
you don't
this.
forget your phone, do you?
I don't really forget my phone.
Same idea.
Which is nice.
I
Yeah.
don't forget my wallet. You just kind of know to bring it.
But it's like I'm not always on my wallet. I'm not like staring at my wallet 3 hours a day.
Where are you going at 7:30?
What's that?
Where are you going at 7:30?
Church.
Oh, to be there at 7:30.
Like, yeah, it's like a gospel study class, which is nice. Yeah.
Amazing, bro.
I do stuff like, it's cool. We just do stuff like all week. So that's like pretty much every night. That's kind of what I'm doing.
Nice.
I hear.
Every night.
Except for like Fridays and Saturdays, yeah. Like they'll have stuff that's like, I'll probably be there for almost like 2 hours a night. But it's cool because like, honestly, I obviously have a ton of friends there, and
Nice.
it's obviously like.
It's good to see him, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, and it's. I think faith's something so special. Like, you know, I don't think I'd never have met them the same way, but I think once you have like faith, it just like totally becomes the most important thing in your life. And it's like I don't even have to think about going to like a class. And it's not because like I'm so cool, like I take this time out of my day, like it just like becomes like kind of automatic.
Something I do. You know,
Yeah, it's like yeah. I shouldn't even think twice about it.
It's beautiful, man. It's good that you have something like that. I feel like a lot of people struggle with meaning, and
yeah.
I think people who do struggle with meaning, they're just finding something. It could be religion. It could be just something that means so much to you, like family, that it makes life simple. But
if you don't mind, like, do you think you have that thing? Or are you still looking for it?
I think I do. You know, I feel like the things I do with my life bring me a lot of fulfillment. You know, I think there's things I love in my day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Like projects like the podcast that are so meaningful to me, that I invest so much time into, that I want to see it do well, but I also just love the whole process of it, this whole operation behind it. And I love that everyone who I do it ends up enjoying it. And I've had all these incredible people on, I've had all these incredible conversations. That brings me a lot of fulfillment.
That like, brings you fulfillment. I think that's really cool.
I think the goals I have bring me a lot of fulfillment. But at the same time, it's like, it's not only the external stuff. I feel like I can have all that stuff, but for the most part, like, I'm also just fulfilled in who I am as a person. Like, I guess me liking me a lot brings me peace. And then I also just have family I love back at home.
That's awesome.
And a lot of friends I love here. So I think that brings me peace. You know, just people and things I love to do, and, you know, values like health and longevity. And
yeah. So you're just trying to live, like, the best life you can.
Yeah, just, like, do what's fun. And just keep doing it until it's not fun, then find something else that's fun, you know, and do what people you love.
Nice. That's cool, yeah. I was a little too much of a warrior to, like, think that way, honestly. Like, I would always mess something up and like kill myself. Like, not like be really mean to myself about it. So.
What do you mean by warrior a lot?
Like, I don't know. I would kind of put my faith in, like, me doing well in this tennis match, or like if I put my faith in, like, you know, me doing well in this math test or getting a good grade in this class. And, like, I was like, for me that didn't work personally.
What did work? Like, just putting your faith into it, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, or like putting my faith in, like, stuff that, like, I really could mess up. Because, like, whenever it would, like, not work out, I'd just be like, obviously I would crush you, right? Like, if I had, like, my faith in me doing well in this, like, math test, that's really tough if it doesn't work out. And then if it did work out, like, I just didn't find any fulfillment in that, you know? Mm-hmm. I could be the best mathematician in the world. I don't think I'd find, like, honestly, like, true fulfillment in that.
That's an interesting point. I don't think that's true for most people, because it's. Yeah. I think people use the external to look for it, but that's never in the external. And I've been there before. Like, you think that something's gonna bring you happiness, but you get it, and then it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I think about the things that I've really wanted for so long, and I convince myself the second I get that thing, bro, it'll all get better.
I know, yeah.
The biggest thing for me, bro, like, freshman year, all I wanted was friends. That's the only thing I wanted. And I told myself.
This freshman year?
No, freshman year of high school.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I was post-COVID going through it, had nothing going well for me, really. Like, life kind of sucked. That was probably the lowest mood on a consecutive basis I've ever been in. Like, low-key, like, I'm not going to exaggerate. Like, it's probably depression. It probably was. Like, on a surface level, it's probably what it was, honestly. And literally, like, I saw this, I think spring term, like, I saw a group of people that I was like, whoa, like, being friends with them would be really cool. And I convinced myself in my head that they never want to be friends with me. But then all summer, I'm like, you know what, like, that's all I wanted. And the second I get that, I guarantee you that all these problems will go away. That's all you ever want in life. That's all I ever want. I don't want anything else in life. I just want to be able to make those people my friends. And then somehow it all worked out that fall term my sophomore year. I got it. And it did fulfill me. But now it's almost like the reasoning was that I convinced myself that's all I'll ever need. Nothing else
that's true, yeah.
And now I see all the things ahead of me that I want. And it's like, they'll always be the next thing. And getting achieving those goals will fulfill you. But it's also, like, as you described, like, it's not the true fulfillment inside. Like, as you said, that you can achieve all those goals, but you might not feel the true fulfillment through the external thing. There's something inside. that's so stable and consistent. Like, I don't know, maybe like family for me. Like, maybe I attribute the goals and everything to my happiness, but maybe it's the family in the background that's been secretly fulfilling that too, or maybe your faith in the background that's giving you this almost peace in the background.
For me, I mean, obviously family is important, and family is like definitely like a rock in my life. But yeah, my faith is definitely number one. But no, I'm happy you're fulfilled, man. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to push anything on you, but that's cool.
Yeah. I hope everyone can find that. You seem really happy in life too. I mean, you seem like you've solved those problems you've dealt with for a long time with work.
Yeah.
You found this kind of inner peace too, which is nice.
I feel there's definitely a lot more peace in my life for sure. And it's like, it's not that I don't have problems anymore. It's not like I don't worry about things, but I have like, like a solution, and I have like a way to like find peace, even if I make mistakes, even if I like mess up,
I feel like at some point you realize that it's not about making the problems go away, but it's you almost kind of reach this point where you just kind of accept problems as a feature of life,
Yeah. Oh, that's
like,
definitely part of life.
That's just what it is, and it doesn't bother you at all, and it's just cool. What's the next problem we could solve?
Yeah, I like that. That's probably the math major thing I should be doing. Like, just solve the problem. I like that.
Oh yeah, dude.
If you have like I feel bad like cutting it short because we just like got into like the juicy like detailed stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I probably will head out in about 10.
Okay, we can run it back. I'll get you sent in the poster then. In the meantime,
Nice.
We'll close out with that. 1 second.
Okay, cool. Hey, good throw. And it's gonna be like, I'll sign this guy. I don't care much.
Yeah, so you're number 84.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, dude. Sign your name, Ryan Frederiksen, number 84. Hell yeah, dude.
I was just thinking about what the prime factorization of 84 was.
You gonna write that down?
Like it's 17 times 6.
How about like underneath 84 you draw like
no, it's not 17. I'm not actually secret.
Are you sure you're a math major, bro? Come on.
Yeah, that's true.
You gotta write down like the prime factorization tree underneath the 84. That'd be pretty.
Actually.
That'd be pretty funny.
It's a multiple of 17, right?
Don't fuck it up. I don't have erasers for the Sharpie.
That's actually true.
It's permanent.
Okay,
Let's start with the 4. Let's start with the 4.
It's definitely.
Start with the 4.
No, I'm just gonna divide that too. Oh, it's not even cool. Sorry. I wish it was actually cool. It's just like
normal.
Yeah, it's like not even a cool one. Because I'm just gonna factor out 2 again. And then it's just gonna
7-3.
21, and then yeah.
I like it.
Right. I need to go back to middle school or something. Golly.
All right, before we close, I gotta open the. No one.
Hey.
In 84 episodes we filmed, plus a few extras that never got uploaded. No one's wrote me a letter before. What is this?
Oh.
Yeah, we got a letter on the podcast.
Dang. I was like, I can explain it. I was like, I'm going to get him some candy or something. And I was like, well, he's like really fit and stuff. I don't know if he'd like eat the candy or not. So I was like, the only thing I know that would be like a fine gift is like if I just write him a thank you.
You know what? Like these are always often the best gifts. I could, because someone like genuinely, I fucked up your whole.
Bro, I don't care.
Because I think with written stuff, like people know you put the time in to do it.
Yeah.
Like you didn't buy some cheesy thing that's easy to get off of like Amazon or whatever.
I think when I'm older, like I don't think I'll ever like buy cards in the store. That always like makes me sad.
These are always better. All right, can I read it live?
I don't care. Sure. If
All
you
right.
can actually read it.
I can read it. Hey Shaurya, I want to thank you for having me on the podcast. And even though I'm writing this before it, I bet it'll be a blast. Was it a blast?
It was such a blast. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I'm really impressed that you've managed to beat.
I can read it if you want.
I'll try to figure it out. That you've managed to meet and become friends with as many people as you have at U of M. There are a lot of people that are really grateful that you came up and talked to them or sat and ate with them. I definitely know that's true for me because you've saved me from a lot of boring lunches or sitting alone scrolling on my phone. I know that your other friends would say the same thing. Thank you for being just a great guy. Appreciate it, Rod.
It's true.
I love talking to you.
Thank you. This was fun.
I'm trying to remember the first time I met you. It was
we were sitting at a table.
It was you, John, and Owen.
Yeah, it's always through John.
Yeah. It's funny because I met John the day before.
Oh, that's funny. So you're just like you met like probably almost like 8 people through that, honestly. Because you met like you were sitting with John's friend like right before.
Kento, right? Oh wait, no.
I don't know his
so
name.
I knew this guy on the second floor who lives with Teo as well, named Noah. And I kind of knew him from around the dorm in Mojo. And then he was at lunch one day with John. And then I met John through Noah. And then I saw him the next day in the dining hall. I didn't really know anyone else in the dining hall, so I sat with John. And then you guys were there. And then I met some really cool people, man.
Hey,
and I got to watch a little tennis match with them.
Let's go. You should. I'll drag you out to one more, and we can go to
for
wrestling one too.
Yeah, dude, it's amazing talking to you.
Thank you.
I really admire anyone who's just really passionate about something.
Thank
you know, I have a lot of friends that are passionate about the gym and sports and all the basic stuff, but to see someone that so not carelessly, what's the right word? Like fearlessly and proudly puts it on his chest. He's a math major and he loves his math. And he doesn't care what anyone says or anyone thinks, but it's what he loves. That's what he does. And he'll spend the rest of his life playing around with numbers.
Yeah, let's go.
In this world. I admire your dedication to it, your appreciation of it, your passion for it. Makes me happy.
Oh,
I like
thank
to
you.
see people who care about things they do. So
that's sweet, man. No, thanks for having me on your podcast. I see the
course.
same thing with your like podcasting career. That's gonna be huge.
Yeah, we'll have you back on at some point.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe John and Nolan will come around and they'll come on the pod.
They will. It's fun. Like I don't know why you wouldn't. Here, I'm gonna plug like going on the pod.
Come on the pod. I have a forum on my channel.
This is fun, and he treats you well, and like it's really chill, and it's like a good break, especially if you're like studying, and it's flipping cool. That's the ad.
Flipping cool, guys.
Wow. Awesome.
All right,
Thank you.
let's close it out. Thanks, boss.
Is there sponsors?
Oh yeah, Teo, can you read the sponsors for us? You got sponsors, bro? No? No sponsors. All right, no sponsors, Ryan.
Oh.
What happened?
Okay, I'm not making
The
any
Audacity
money.
closed or something? The Audacity closed or something? Oh, okay, we're cool. Okay, got you. Peace.
All right, see ya.
It's Freestyle Live on the podcast.
It's freestyle live on the
Ryan and Teo in the studio trying to get Teo to set up the Audacity because they need to be able to hear what I say. Do you hear what I say? Play your eardrum on, okay?
Yeah.
If you enjoyed that video, then I guarantee that you'll enjoy this video right here. Make sure you click here to watch that video, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. It is the best way to support the channel, and I'll guarantee that I can get better guests, better production, and make this the best podcast.